Hello guys, this is Mr. Ordonez here. We're gonna do I'm gonna do a video for you guys. So you should have seen this on Canvas, and you probably got this from Canvas. We're gonna be doing I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do some problems here. What I want you guys to do is you gotta take notes as we're doing this, okay? Because you're gonna be uploading those notes. So as you're listening to the video, you wanna take some notes. I'm gonna do 6 rounds, 1 through 6, right here, and you should be able to find this on Canvas as well. So make sure you get that as well. And then for homework, I'm gonna have you guys do 7 through 14. Now it's important that you understand that you have to upload or show me that you did the notes and the homework. So you're gonna be submitting pictures of your work from 1 through 14. Only that I'm gonna be doing 1 through 6. So I'm gonna be doing, um, you know, a lot of your work here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with number 1 here. And this is kind of where we left off when we had to go on a extended break, I guess. So we have -90 is greater than -5 and x plus 2 minus 5x. Okay? So I do have some students who only speak Spanish, so I might also speak in Spanish as well, okay, bilingually. So voy a también hacer esta lección en español para aquellos que no hablan mucho inglés, okay. So the first thing I want to do is distribute. Let me change the width of this. So I want to go ahead and distribute this -5. And by distribute, I'm going to multiply. Voy a multiplicar el -5 por eso. And this is what I'm going to get. -90 is greater than -5 times x is -5x. And then -5 times 2 is -10 minus 5x. Okay, so we're almost done there. Now the next step, okay, so my first step was to distribute. My second step will be to combine. Okay, combine terms that are alike. For example, you have this -5x with this -5x. We're able to combine those two. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to combine those two together. -5x plus -5x is going to be -10x minus 10. Alright, the next step should be pretty simple for you now. We're going to go ahead and solve on the next steps. And by solve, I want to have the x be on one side. Alright, so we can add 10 on both sides. And why do I do that? So that this and this cancels out. Bring down the -10x. Okay, so -90 plus 10, negativo 90 más 10. That's going to be -80, negativo 80. You're going to divide, vas a dividir entre negativo 10, divide by -10. And this is very important, guys. Very, very important. This is something that you have to know. Whenever you divide by a negative, the sign is going to switch. Okay, so from here to there, so cuando divides por un negativo, el símbolo o el signo va a cambiar. So the sign changes. When you divide or multiply by a negative, that's very important. So in here, I divided by a -10. That means I do have to switch the sign. So -80 divided by -10, that's going to be 8. In here, the sign is going to switch. It's going to go the other way. Okay? Now we're going to put it, I want the X to be on the other side, so I'm just going to make the switch there. Notice that I switched the sign again on this one. Okay, so be very careful when you're doing these problems. The sign is going to switch when you divide by a negative or when you multiply by a negative when you're solving. Okay, let's go ahead and do another problem here. We got 7 times 4 plus 3n is less than or equal to 91. Oh, actually, I forgot to graph this. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go to 8. It's an open circle. And we're going to go this way. Remember, this means x is greater than 8. Esto significa que la x es más grande que el 8. So los números que son más grandes que el 8 están aquí. So the numbers that are greater than 8 are all right there. Alright, this one here, remember that I told you guys we gotta distribute first. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to do. 7 times 4. Okay, it's gonna be 28. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and subtract 28 on both sides. We should know how to do this now. And the reason why we do that is so that this and this will cancel. Bring down the 3n. Alright, so 91 minus 28. Okay, I'm gonna pull out a calculator here, although I could do it mentally as well, but I don't want to do that, and then I'm not asking you guys to do that either. It's gonna be 63. We're gonna go ahead and divide by 3 now. Divide by 3. Remember, guys, we solved this pretty much the same way we did before. Okay, so 63 divided by 3, that's going to be 21. Notice that the sign doesn't changes here. All right, so we're going to go... you know what, guys? I did make a mistake in here, because the answer is definitely not 21. You know, my mistake in here was this. 7 times 3. I know this is going to be recorded on video, but it's okay. That way you can see the mistake as well. 7 times 3 is 21. That was the problem. Okay, so this right here is 21 as well. So that means that my answer is not 21, definitely. I was supposed to divide by 21 here. See, this is why I need you guys when you guys can correct me, but okay. There you go. 3. That's much better. Alright, so I did forget to distribute the 3 there. So we have 3, close circle, and we're gonna go this way. I know it's a little embarrassing to make mistakes on video, but it's alright. We all make mistakes, I guess. Alright, so those are the first 2 problems. Hopefully you're taking notes on those. Remember, you do have to write those down, and then you're gonna show me by taking a picture that you did those. So it's important that you're taking notes on this, please. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on this one here. We got a negative 8. Then we got negative 7n plus 2 is greater than 152. I'm going to go ahead and distribute that negative 8. Hopefully I don't make a mistake this time. So negative 8 times negative 7. Okay. That's going to be 56n. Then negative 8 times 2. That's going to be negative 16. It's greater than 152. Let's go ahead and add 16 on both sides. This and this cancels. Okay, we're gonna add 152 plus 16. That's gonna be 168. Then my final step will be to divide by 56. That means at end, 168 divided by 56, I'm going to assume it's 3. Yes, and that's correct. All right, so we're going to go to 3. We're going to put a open circle. Remember, this, it's open. This means close circle. Okay, on this one, we don't include the number. On this one, we do include it. All right, let's keep going, guys. Number 4 is going to be a little more challenging. There is a lot more distributing and more going on, but I'm sure we are able to do it. We got 34 less than or equal to. The great thing about doing a video, guys, is you can always repeat it. If you get confused, or even watch it again, watch all the steps again, you could pause it. If you're taking notes, you can always pause it and then continue with your notes. Okay, so in here I'm going to distribute that -7 and that 2. So for that, I'm going to rewrite a couple things here. So we got -7 times 1. That's just going to be -7. And then -7 times -5 is going to be positive 35. Remember, a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. All right, so we're good there. Then we're going to go ahead and multiply 2 times 1. That's going to be 2 there. And then 2 times 2m is going to be 4m. All right, let's go ahead and combine like terms, guys. Well, first of all, I have a -7 there and a +2. So I'm going to go ahead and combine those two together. Okay, so -7 plus 2, that's going to give me -5. I have this 35m with this 4m. I'm going to go ahead and add those two together. And that's going to give me 39m. Let's go ahead and add 5 on both sides now. And the reason why I want to do that, remember, you want the m to be by itself. You want to cancel this one here. So 34 plus 5, that's going to be 39. Which is great, because now when I divide by 39 on both sides, and I'm going to go ahead and switch the sign there. All right, very good. So I'm going to expand this so you can see a little better. I'm going to go here to 1. I'm going to put a closed circle. And all the numbers that are greater than 1 are this way. You can also use that little trick that I show you, where if it's pointing that way, you can color it that way. You have to be careful with that, because that gets people confused sometimes. Alright, so if you could pause the video there. If you didn't take good notes, you can pause it and then take the good notes there. Alright, let's go ahead and move on. I'm just going to do those 2 more problems there, 5 and 6. And then that will be done. We'll be done for the video. Hopefully you're getting a little bit of what I'm doing here, so you can do it by yourself. Alright, so you know the drill here. Ya saben más o menos qué hacer. Primero que todo, vamos a distribuir. We're going to go ahead and distribute. Okay, so that means that I'm going to multiply -4 times 5. That's going to be -20k. Okay, vamos a multiplicar -4 por 8. That's going to be -32. We're gonna now multiply the negative 7. So negativo 7 lo va a multiplicar. Aquí me va a dar negativo 7k. Y por último voy a multiplicar negativo 7 por negativo 2. Negative 7 times negative 2. That's going to be positive 14. Positivo 14. Okay, you guys see all the work that I'm doing? I do want to see that work, you know, in your paper. I don't want to see this huge problem and then you just give me this. Okay, I don't see no work there. I don't know what you did. You gotta show me on paper what you did, and that's why you're gonna be taking a picture of your actual work. Okay, that's why it's very important. That's why I'm showing you how to get to that final answer. Okay, I don't want answers. I don't care about the answers. What I care about is how you got to that answer. That's the important part in here. So we're gonna combine like terms now. So we distributed. Now we're gonna go ahead and combine like terms. We have this negative 20k plus this negative 7k. We're gonna go ahead and combine those two together. That's gonna be negative 27k. And then we're gonna go ahead and combine this negative 32 plus this 14 there. Remember, when you have a negative and a positive, you actually subtract. Okay, but you have more negatives, so you're gonna get negative 18. Let's go ahead and add 18 on both sides, so that 18 cancels out. Alright, so this and this will cancel. Let's bring down the negative 27k. And let's go ahead and add those two together. Negative 45 plus 18. Remember, when you have a negative and a positive, you're going to be subtracting actually. Acuérdense, cuando tienes un negativo y un positivo, vas a restar. And that's going to give you negative 27. Eso te va a dar negativo 27. We're going to go ahead and divide by negative 27. Divide by negative 27 there. Negative 27 divided by negative 27, that's actually going to be positive 1. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole problem there. We're almost done here, guys. We're going to go to 1. We're going to put a closed circle. And we're going to go this way. All right, I'll give you some time so you can see that. All right, let's go ahead and do our final problem here. We're almost done with our video for today. I'm going to go ahead and distribute now. So we're going to do negative 6 times x. That's going to be negative 6x. And then negative 6 times 8. Okay. That's going to be 48. And it's going to be negative 48 actually. We're going to go ahead and multiply 8 times 7. That's going to give me 56x. And finally, I'm going to multiply 8 times 8. That's, of course, going to give me 64. Okay, so what I did there was to distribute. I just multiplied all those numbers out. Now, the next step will be to combine like terms. Okay, so combine like terms. Something interesting that you can do when you're watching videos is try to do the problem by yourself. Okay, so you can pause the video and then try to do the problem by yourself. If you get it right, if you can, skip a little bit of the video, if you get it right, awesome, go ahead and move on. If you didn't get it right, go ahead and go back to the video and rewatch it and see what you did wrong. Okay, so that's a good strategy that you can apply while you're doing this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and combine like terms. The first term I want to combine, let me rewrite some of the stuff here, is this negative 6x could be combined with this negative or this positive 56. So we got negative 6 plus 56. That's going to be 50x. And then we have this negative 48 plus this 64. Okay, so 64 minus 48. Of course, that's going to be 16. Let me actually write it with black here. All right, very good. Almost done here, guys. Final step, subtract 16 on both sides. Why do I do that? So that this guy and this guy will cancel. We got negative 34 plus negative 16. If you have two negatives, you're going to go ahead and add them together. And that, of course, is going to give you negative 50. Now we're going to go ahead and divide by 50 on both sides. Now a lot of people get confused because they see this negative and they think that they have to switch the sign. Well, that's not the case in here. Muchas personas se confunden porque ven ese negativo y piensan que tienen que cambiar el signo. Pero este no es el caso. Tienes que dividir por un negativo. Okay, so you have to divide by a negative. So if this was a negative, then you will have to switch the sign. But since that's not a negative, you're not dividing by a negative. You're dividing a negative. That's kind of confusing to say it, but this, you're not dividing by a negative. Okay, so this cancels out. You get negative 1 there. We're going to switch the sign. And this is my final answer right there. So we're going to go to negative 1, open circle. We're going to go this way. All right, guys, so when you take a picture of your work, this is what I want to see. I want to see something like this. Okay, I don't want to, I care about the answer, but that's just like 10% of what I care about. What I really care about, 90% of what I care about, is your work. Are you showing work? Are you showing work like this? Or like this? Or work like this? Or work like this? All those problems, I had to show some work in order to do them. And that's what I want you guys to do for the next couple of problems. So you have this ones here, 7 through 14. Okay, 8 problems for you. Okay, that should be easy for you, I believe. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video from there. Remember, guys, you have to take a picture of the notes. I want to see that you took notes while I was doing the video. And I want to see a picture of your homework, which is 7 through 14 there. Okay? Then I'll give you a grade for that. Remember, this will be graded, and you are responsible for doing this. Okay? We're not in vacation. You do have to do this. All right, I'll see you guys on the next video and on the next assignment.